Have you ever paused to wonder how many famous faces have quietly stepped into the world of cosmetic transformation? And among them, how many later look back and question that choice? In the glittering universe of Hollywood, where youth, glamour, and flawless images seem to rule every spotlight, the pressure to remain visually perfect can feel almost impossible to escape. Yet behind the red carpets and flashing cameras, even the most self-assured stars sometimes find themselves confronting a surprising truth. The mirror can become a place of reflection not only for appearance, but for the deeper journey of identity and self-acceptance. In today's episode, we take a closer look at the journeys of several stars whose pursuit of beauty slowly turned into an all-consuming quest, revealing how the search for perfection can sometimes lead people down unexpected and challenging paths. Their stories offer a thoughtful glimpse into the pressures of fame and the powerful influence of image in the spotlight. Share your thoughts in the comments. Type 1 if you feel a sense of understanding for these experiences, or 0 if you see it differently. And if you enjoy exploring the surprising stories behind celebrity transformations across the decades, be sure to like the video and subscribe so you won't miss the next fascinating chapter. Before becoming one of the most recognizable television personalities in the United States, Lisa Rinna carried a simple dream to feel more confident in her own beauty. In her early 20s, she was drawn to the dazzling images of Hollywood and the vibrant coastal scenes often portrayed in films. Inspired by that glamorous world, she made a choice that would shape her public image for decades. In 1986, Lisa Rinna decided to receive permanent silicone lip injections, believing the bold look would give her a distinctive and memorable presence. For many years, the results seemed to match the vision she had imagined. Yet that early decision also marked the beginning of a long and complex journey, one shaped by evolving beauty standards and the constant pressure within the entertainment industry to refine and redefine one's appearance. Her noticeably full lips soon became her signature feature, the unmistakable Rinna smile that audiences easily recognized on red carpets and television screens. For years, that bold look helped define her public image. Yet as time moved forward, the early cosmetic materials began to change, gradually creating firmness and uneven texture that made everyday life more challenging. What had once been a symbol of confidence slowly turned into something that required careful attention. After nearly 25 years, Lisa eventually decided to seek help from a specialist in Beverly Hills in 2010 to remove the built-up scar tissue. The procedure eased much of the discomfort, though it could not completely return her lips to their original state. Deep inside, Lisa Rinna sometimes found herself reflecting on the image she saw in the mirror, an appearance that, over time, felt increasingly unfamiliar. The emotional weight of those changes did not stop her from continuing to explore various beauty treatments, including fillers, Botox, and other enhancements that were popular in the entertainment world. Each step was taken with the hope of maintaining a confident and polished look under the constant gaze of cameras and public attention. Gradually, her features appeared more refined and structured, yet some observers felt that the spontaneous expressiveness she had once been known for became less visible. In many ways, her journey highlighted the complex balance between personal choice, public expectations, and the evolving standards of beauty in the spotlight. Many longtime fans who once appreciated her approachable charm began to notice subtle changes in the way she appeared on screen. The lively energy that had made her so relatable seemed different to some viewers, and conversations about her evolving look gradually spread across social media and entertainment headlines. As these discussions grew, opinions often became intense, reflecting how closely public figures are watched in an industry that constantly celebrates youth and visual reinvention. Even as Lisa continued presenting herself with confidence and professionalism, the contrast between her earlier image and her newer appearance sparked ongoing commentary. Over time, her story came to symbolize the broader conversation about how celebrities navigate the relentless expectations to continually refresh their image in the spotlight. By 2024, after years of speculation and intense commentary across social media, Lisa Rinna finally chose to address the conversation herself. In a candid moment, she acknowledged that some of the cosmetic fillers she had tried simply weren't the right choice for her, and that she eventually decided to have them removed. Her openness surprised many observers, yet it also revealed the emotional weight that can come with trying to maintain a certain image in the demanding world of Hollywood. The long journey toward an ideal of perfection within an industry so closely tied to appearance and youth had not only reshaped her look, but also led her to reflect more deeply on identity, confidence, and the meaning of self-acceptance. Today, Lisa Rinna continues to stay active in the public eye and has gradually become a voice associated with honesty and self-reflection. Rather than chasing an ideal of flawless perfection, she now speaks more openly about embracing authenticity and accepting the natural changes that come with time. The woman who once pursued a touch of Hollywood glamour has, in many ways, become part of a broader conversation about the intense expectations surrounding youth and appearance in the entertainment world. Her journey reminds many people how delicate the balance can be between personal improvement and the pressures of constant transformation. In the end, her story carries a meaningful lesson. Learning to accept oneself may be the most powerful response to the demanding standards of life in the spotlight. Born into one of the most recognizable families in the world, LaToya Jackson grew up under an intense spotlight that followed her from an early age. Surrounded by extraordinary musical talent, she was often compared to her legendary brother, Michael Jackson. Within a family where nearly every member achieved remarkable visibility, finding her own identity was never an easy task. While Michael rose to global fame as a music icon, LaToya was determined to create her own path and express her individuality. During the 1980s, she explored several creative directions, working as a singer, actress, and model as she searched for a place where her own voice and personality could truly stand apart. Her album, My Special Love, helped LaToya secure a place on the music charts, marking an important step in her journey as an artist. While comparisons with Michael Jackson were almost unavoidable, LaToya gradually developed a style and presence that felt uniquely her own. Audiences often appreciated her friendly and approachable personality, which gave her a relatable image that stood apart from the larger-than-life aura surrounding her famous brother. For a time, she was seen as one of the more down-to-earth figures within the Jackson family. Even so, the comparisons never fully disappeared, and part of her path involved continually demonstrating that she was more than a reflection of her brother's fame, that she was building a career shaped by her own voice, creativity, and determination. During those years, LaToya was more than simply a member of a famous family. She was also building her own presence in the entertainment world with projects and performances that carried her personal signature. Even so, the constant attention surrounding the Jackson name often meant that people viewed her through the lens of her family's legacy, particularly the towering fame of her brother. Navigating that environment required determination, as she worked to ensure her voice and creative efforts were recognized on their own terms. The path was not always easy, but her persistence became a reflection of her resilience and her ongoing commitment to shaping an identity that belonged uniquely to her. As her visibility in the public eye continued to grow, LaToya Jackson also faced the quiet pressures that often come with fame. Living under constant attention, and within a family whose image was frequently discussed in the media, she sometimes felt the weight of expectations surrounding appearance. The desire to remain relevant and confident in an industry that closely watches every detail gradually influenced some of her personal choices. By the late 1980s, she decided to undergo a cosmetic nose procedure, hoping it would refine the balance of her facial features. The change was noticeable, and it quickly became a subject of conversation among fans and entertainment outlets, illustrating how even deeply personal decisions can become widely discussed when someone lives in the spotlight. Throughout the 1990s, she continued exploring a variety of cosmetic treatments, including further adjustments to her nose, facial lifts, cheek and chin enhancements, and lip fillers. With each new procedure, her appearance gradually evolved, moving further away from the natural look that audiences had first come to recognize. The structure of her face began to appear more defined and tightly sculpted, while some of the softness that once characterized her features seemed less visible. Over time, even her familiar smile appeared different to longtime fans. These transformations sparked widespread discussion, not only about her changing image, but also about the powerful pressures celebrities often face when their appearance becomes part of the public conversation. During that period, some tabloids began using dramatic nicknames to describe LaToya Jackson's changing appearance, reflecting the intense and sometimes harsh scrutiny celebrities often face in the media. Discussions about her evolving look quickly revived comparisons with her famous brother, Michael Jackson, a connection that had followed her throughout much of her career. For many observers, the conversation centered on how both siblings had navigated the powerful pressures of fame and the constant expectation to maintain a certain image. While Michael's artistic journey turned him into a global music legend, LaToya also felt the weight of public attention as she worked to sustain her presence in the industry. Over time, these choices about appearance became part of a larger story about identity, expectations, and the complicated search for perfection under the spotlight. Over time, LaToya Jackson's story came to represent a wider conversation about the powerful focus on image within Hollywood. For many observers, her journey illustrated how the constant pursuit of visual perfection can sometimes distance people from the natural identity they once felt comfortable with. Whenever she appeared on television, it often reignited discussions about the pressures of fame and the expectations placed on public figures to continually reshape their appearance. These conversations extended far beyond simple commentary about looks. They reflected a deeper issue within the entertainment world: the challenge of balancing personal authenticity with an industry that often rewards an idealized and ever-changing image. Yet behind the striking headlines and endless commentary was a woman navigating a deeply personal search for identity, someone hoping to recognize herself in the mirror as much as in the public eye. Today, in her later years, LaToya lives a quieter life, occasionally appearing on television and taking part in projects that celebrate and preserve her family's remarkable legacy. Her journey offers a thoughtful reflection on the complex story of the Jackson family, a dynasty that reached extraordinary heights of fame and influence, while also revealing how the search for self-understanding can remain one of life's most challenging and personal paths. For more than 5 decades, Goldie Hawn has stood as a radiant symbol of joy in American cinema. With her bright smile, lively blue eyes, and effortless charm, she became one of the most cherished stars of the 1970s and 1980s. She never seemed to force the spotlight. Her presence simply carried a warmth that audiences instantly recognized. That genuine energy, natural and uplifting, is what made her so deeply admired by the public. Goldie Hawn possessed a rare ability to illuminate any scene, not through dramatic gestures, but through a sincerity that felt unmistakably real. Her performances blended elegance, freshness, and a playful spirit that brought laughter to millions, turning her into a lasting symbol of optimism and heartfelt entertainment. Yet time, often described as Hollywood's most demanding critic, moves forward for everyone, even for its brightest stars. Despite her remarkable success and enduring talent, Goldie Hawn was not untouched by the quiet passage of the years. In an industry where youth and polished appearances are often celebrated above all else, the pressure to preserve a familiar image can grow stronger with time. Though her natural charm had captivated audiences for decades, the shifting expectations of the entertainment world gradually placed new weight on how she was seen. As the years unfolded, Goldie Hawn, like many performers before her, found herself navigating the subtle tension between the grace of aging and the industry's long-standing fascination with youthful perfection. Even with an extraordinary career and undeniable talent, she could not completely escape the quiet passage of time. In the early 2000s, Goldie Hawn began exploring cosmetic treatments in hopes of maintaining the youthful glow audiences had loved for decades. At first, the changes were subtle. Small enhancements such as cheek fillers, gentle treatments around the eyes, and light facial adjustments intended to refresh her appearance. Yet in an industry where visual perfection is constantly discussed, one step can easily lead to another. Gradually, these efforts to preserve a familiar image became more frequent. In trying to hold on to the face the public had cherished for so long, the delicate, natural charm that once set her apart slowly began to evolve into something different under the bright lights of Hollywood. Her changing appearance became a major topic of discussion in 2014 when she appeared on the red carpet at the Oscars. Cameras captured a look that many viewers felt seemed unusually firm and slightly swollen, giving her expressions a more restrained quality than audiences had remembered. The contrast with the lively, natural image that had once defined her screen presence quickly sparked conversations among fans and entertainment reporters. Commentators and beauty experts began speculating about various cosmetic treatments that might have contributed to the change. To many observers, the moment highlighted the complicated pressures of maintaining a polished image in an industry that closely examines every detail, reminding people how demanding the pursuit of timeless beauty can become under the bright lights of Hollywood. When Goldie Hawn returned to the big screen in the 2017 comedy Snatched, many longtime fans observed subtle differences in her appearance. The lively spontaneity that had once defined her performances seemed quieter, and some viewers felt that her facial expressions appeared more restrained than they remembered. To audiences who had followed her career for decades, the contrast felt noticeable, as if a layer of distance had settled between the vibrant energy of her earlier roles and the present moment. For many observers, the discussion surrounding her transformation became less about criticism and more about a broader reflection on Hollywood's long-standing pursuit of youthful perfection and the complex expectations placed on those who grow older in the public eye. Today, Goldie Hawn enjoys a peaceful chapter of life alongside her longtime partner, Kurt Russell. She spends much of her time with family, especially her children, including actress Kate Hudson, and continues supporting her mental well-being initiative, Mind UP. Although the years have naturally changed her appearance, the warmth of her spirit and her unmistakable laughter remain as bright as ever. In this stage of life, she appears more focused on joy, family, and meaningful projects rather than chasing an ideal image. Goldie Hawn's journey gently reminds us that while time reshapes the surface of life, the love we share and the authenticity we carry within our families are the qualities that truly endure. Thank you for spending time with us and watching today's story. We'd truly love to hear what you think. Share your perspective in the comments. Type 1 if the story gave you something meaningful to reflect on, or 0 if you see things from a different angle. Your thoughts help keep the conversation alive. And if you enjoyed this journey into the lives and transformations of well-known figures, remember to like the video, share it with others, and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any of our upcoming stories. We look forward to welcoming you back in the next video.